What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. And last Saturday, man, the Gypsy King has been officially dethroned. Officially, I thought it was close, but we got a few things to say about that fight. But let's start off, man. First initial thoughts. I'm giving it a little bit of a day to really digest it. What do you think?
All I can say, before we start this episode, I got one thing. I want to start this off with by saying, man, Usyk is a bad man. We got it all wrong. I thought Fury's gonna come in there, try to bully him, impose his will, be the bigger guy. Man, but after watching the fight, he just looked like he was just the taller guy. Like 50 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever, didn't matter. But yeah, man, Usyk is a bad man. This guy has beaten Joshua twice. Dubois knocked him out. Beaten Fury twice. Close, two close fights. But yeah, man, Usyk is, he cemented himself, in my opinion, as one of the greatest heavyweights of this generation. Obviously, the greatest heavyweight of his own generation. Man, there's nothing more to it, man. I just want to start out with that, man. But the fight, man, I'm gonna ask you first, man. Who did you favor, or who do you think actually won the fight?
So I'll tell you this, man. When we're watching it live, off the bat, I was like, "Wow, Fury's looking great. Defensively responsible. He's amazing." When the fight was done, 116, 112. I thought it was gonna be and the new for Fury.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I thought it was Fury won that. When I heard
Okay,
116, 112, I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, let's go." But then obviously Usyk won, and after rewatching the fight again, I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but I still don't agree with the scorecard. 116, 112. I thought it was really close, nevertheless.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
it makes sense why Usyk won, in my opinion.
you can make the case for both guys. To be honest with you, I just wanted, if it was that close, I just wanted Fury to win, just because it deserves a trilogy in my opinion. But man, like I said, Usyk is a bad man. He just closed the show. Um, I don't I don't see a trilogy happening. It doesn't make sense. Even if Fury wins the next one, it's 2-1. It doesn't make sense. But I'll say this, man. Fury was better in that fight than the first. However, Usyk, he also was a better Usyk that night. I think it's because they already know each other. They already know their styles. Um, it was a really tough, close fight, man. Like, compared to the first fight, they were like, what? They're trading like 2 rounds, 3 rounds each. Usyk takes the first three, Fury takes the next three, and so on and so forth. But this fight, man, the first, what, 7, 8 rounds? In my opinion, they were literally just trading rounds. In my opinion, like, Usyk gets the first. Okay, Fury adjusts, takes second. Usyk is then adjusts, takes a third, and then so on and so forth. I'm like, man, this is getting so hard to score. But ultimately, I think the thing that won Usyk the fight is the last 2 to 3 rounds. I think he was pushing the pace a little bit more than Fury. Although it wasn't like a landslide of a win. But you can argue that all rounds were all split rounds. You could argue for Fury, you could argue for Usyk. That's why I think it's so close, like the first. Although the first, it was clear that to me that Usyk won just because of the knockdown. I think this one is the same exact thing as the first one, just without the knockdown. So in my opinion, I thought it could have been called a draw. But calling the winner either way is it's not a robbery. So I'm really not mad about the result. The result.
Yeah, I agree, man. The result was fair, but like in kudos to Usyk though, man. Like he really is the momentum killer though, because I think it was round five or round six where Fury was really starting to like build up. Usyk right away adjusted on the fly. He killed the momentum, literally stopped it. He said, "Hey man, you ain't gonna win no more rounds." And that literally the half of the fight, yes, they were very all so close, but
Yeah,
Usyk just stops him in his tracks. And like you said, man,
that's
like he cemented himself in like boxing history, not just in the pros, but just the amateurs, everything that he's accomplished. Like, bro, he's gonna be talked about for years to come. And there's really,
Man,
in my opinion, there's nothing else for him
no.
unless,
Well,
okay.
add to that, man. That's a great. What do you call this? Great call. Every time you think Fury is gonna take over, when he started smothering, Fury started smothering. He was kind of leaning on Usyk. Usyk adjusted. He knows how to kill that momentum, and he did it over and over again. That's why it fight was so close. You think like it's like Fury's gonna take the first 30 seconds, and then the next 30 seconds is gonna be Usyk. Yeah, but he like these guys are like pound for pound greatest heavyweights, man. He like the level that both guys were on were unmatched. They were both better that night than the first fight, and then they were evenly matched. But then again, Usyk is the smaller guy by a landslide. So it was a great fight, man. I think it's time to close that chapter. It doesn't make sense for a third fight, even if Fury knocks Usyk out. It's still 2-1 at the end of the day. I think that closed it, and we know who the better guy is now. Even though he's not that much better, he is still the better guy, man. And we give it to Usyk, man. Props to Fury. He has the right to say he won the fight. He thought he won by he said 3 rounds, man, and I do 100% believe that he does believe that he won the fight, and I can't blame him. It was that close of a fight. But then again, like I said, it's time for both guys to move on, and there's other big fights for both, maybe just Fury, but we'll see what they do.
So with that said, moving forward, obviously at the end of the fight, Mr. Dubois came out of nowhere.
That's
Right, make the
why I
fight,
didn't
make
like
the
that
fight,
one.
let's make the fight. It's like, bro,
That was
what?
that was extra. First of all, you have a fight, man. You got to worry about Joseph Parker. This guy upsets everybody. So why are you up there trying to call out Usyk? He didn't even let Usyk talk. You know what I mean? Like, let the man have his. He just beat Fury twice, regained his title. I just didn't like that approach. Adding to that, like, let's start with Fury first. What's next for Fury?
For Fury, man, bro, who's on a losing streak right now? Anthony Joshua, right? Fury's he lost both his past two fights, bro. Fury versus Joshua. I think that's the fight that may happen. Both two big names, both two guys off of losing streaks, bro. It's the fight to make happen. It's gonna be a big fight too. You already know that's gonna sell out.
I agree. I think there's no other fight. You know, I don't want Fury to retire. I want him to at least retire and win, or get another big fight before he does. Man, I think there's only one name. You're not gonna fight Wilder again. You're not gonna fight Zhang. It's Joshua, man. Both from the UK, Wembley. They'll sell at least 100,000 people. Big names. You know, um, I think that's the fight that makes sense. Both on a losing streak, and that's like I said, it's still gonna be a big fight, and it's gonna be a good fight too, in my opinion. So I think that's the fight to make. Now, if that doesn't happen by any chance, I'd say wait for Dubois. If he beats Joseph Parker, maybe get another title, maybe get another shot at Usyk, maybe. But Dubois is also his fellow countryman. They're both from the UK, so I think that's also a big fight, although not going to be bigger than Joshua. But hey, if Dubois keeps winning, then why not? That's another shot at the title. But that's pretty much about it for Fury, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's really nothing else. Like in my opinion, he's close to retiring. Just
Yeah,
maybe one or two fights left. Like the undisputed thing. I think that's a dream that should just be put away for now. Focus on the money. Follow where the money's at. Make the most while you can, and retire, man. That's it.
yeah,
You've done
I
a lot for
agree.
boxing already.
Yep, retire at a high note if you can.
Exactly. And now the big man. Well, the short big man,
Well, the
Usyk.
bigger, maybe he not physically, but he was the bigger man, man. As
Yeah,
a
he was
bad
the
man,
bigger
we're
man.
talking, bro. Man, this guy defied. Before I say what's next, but actually, this is probably correlate to what I'm gonna say next. But um, Usyk, man, people were against him, man. Everyone's against him. They don't want him to win. Not even just against Fury. Hey, against Joshua. He was put in there to lose for Joshua to look good. Didn't happen. Twice. Give a meltdown, man. Joshua had a meltdown after that loss. Dubois, man. Dubois, they wanted Dubois to be on a winning streak again. What happened? Usyk beat him, man. Even the cruiserweights. And obviously with Tyson Fury, Turkey was obviously, leaning. He wanted Fury to win, but um, Usyk stopped that, man, twice. And by him doing all that, I think that cemented himself again, like as the best heavyweight of his generation. And what's next for him? I think that's it, in my opinion. I think it's time for him to retire. I think he's already done what he needed to do, two-time undisputed cruiserweight and heavyweight. I think he's at a point where if he just keeps fighting, he's just gonna fight to lose. Like, because if he fight, They said Dubois. If he beats Dubois, now what? He already beat Dubois. Who else does he get? Joshua. He already beat Joshua. Wilder. It's not even gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other big name because he already beaten all of them. So I think right now is the best time. He's also 38, 39 years old. So I think it's the best time to retire, man. I think just call it a day. Retire at the top, enjoy life, and do what you got to do, man. Well, what do you think?
Bro, I'm with you there, man. Like, what else do you gotta prove, right? The rematch against Dubois. 'Cause Dubois, he's still a dangerous dude, man. Still
Yeah,
very dangerous, very very dangerous, and that's just a risky fight. If you want to protect your legacy, well, I don't think Usyk's kind of like that. I think he just wants to fight everybody. Sure,
yeah.
fight Dubois, but after that, like, who else, right? You want to fight a prospect and potentially lose to a younger guy? It doesn't make sense. But I'm with
There's
you there, man. Like, I
there's no
wouldn't be
more
mad if he
reward.
retired.
Yeah, there's no more reward at this point. I mean,
Mm,
unless Beterbiev wants to move up a cruiserweight and they meet a cruiserweight, maybe that's another big fight. But again, like it's you've already beaten the Kings, man. That's it. It's funny how we were talking about it's either Wilder or Joshua at first. None of them are here, man. It was either Usyk or Fury, and that's we saw who it was, and that's Usyk, man. So I think it's time, in my opinion. But he's crazy enough to just fight whoever, so we'll see what he does.
exactly, man. Unless our boy, the boy that Elanius comes back out of nowhere,
Nah, that's
it's
that
game
boy
over for all
dangerous. That
y'all.
boy dangerous. The number one pound for pound, yo, coming back alive, bro. Come on, bro.
Coming back,
It's my
imagine that,
guy.
but it'd be hilarious. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Fury Usyk need to run it back? Cause we don't think so. Do you think Usyk should retire? Should Fury retire? Is there more fight in him left? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in. Out.